I'm coming to you from the beautiful central coast of New South Wales in Australia, and I like to welcome you all to my video. Okay, so the couple of fabulous things we're at the beginning of May. Who'd have thought it? Like, it just feels like it was Christmas just recently, but it's just flown. Beginning of May, few new things to mention. We have a new catalogue that is live. We have a new joining promotion, and we have new in colours, and we have lots and lots of new lovelies in our online exclusives as well. So much goodness, so much fun, so many cute things, so many fun things. I'm going to revisit some old things as well as adding some new things to that. So we are playing today with Scenic Coast. It is a beautiful suite. It has lots of bright color. It's got specialty paper. It's got specialty vellum. We're not playing with the vellum today, but you know, that's okay. It's all shimmery and pretty, but we're not playing with that today. We're playing with specialty designer series paper. I'm bringing in our stylish shapes, which is, oh, was I bringing stylish shapes on it? Yes, stylish shapes, which is one of our old favorites, and to go with it. And I'm getting some inspiration from the catalogue. So now that the catalogue started, we can show you the catalogue inside. So if you haven't got a paper copy and you would like a paper copy, just let me know. I will grab one for you. I can flick one into the mail for you. That's not a problem. But let's just flick over to the other screen so that you can see. Okay, so this is Scenic Coast. We've got, and it's what it says. We've got Sunset Coast is our stamp set and dies, which you can see featured down here. Those dies, that bundle is $98 in Australia. The designer series paper is a specialty designer series paper, and it's coming in 6x6. The colours that we've got, you can see them listed here, are strawberry slush, crushed curry, balmy blue, blueberry bushel, highland heather, gorgeous grape. None of our newbies, but that's okay. I do want it to bring to your attention this whole suite. If you were to get all of the goodies in this, which is the shimmer vellum, the designer series paper, the sparkles, and the Sunset Coast bundle all in one go, it comes in at around, oh, let me see exactly, $160.50. So you can get that as part of a join kit. All right. At the moment with the join kit, you will get you get the choice of all of the new in color stamp pads, which is over $100 worth, or you can get $60 worth of product. Your choice. It's a no-brainer for me. The new ink pads for the win. Okay, so let's have a play. So I've just got some bits and pieces chopped up. I'm going to be inspired by those guys. This is Secret C. It is the only ink aside of Versamark that I bought with me. Okay, I also bought some embossing powder. So I am going to do a portrait card. So I'll just fold this guy up. All righty. I hope you've all had a fabulous week. It's been a long one for me, but we're on the other side of it all now, so let's all moving forward. So we've got a card in I think I might just decorate. Oh, we'll see what we come up with, but I might just put some designer series paper in there. And we do have an envelope. I do have a piece of white, basic white, but I thought because of how pretty this paper is, let me pull it out and show you. All right. I don't know if you can see the shimmer. Or maybe you can, because I've got the lights on. Oh, do you see that? It flashed past. Right, so you're going to get, let's see, how many is there of each one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces in a pack. That's fairly generous, like the beautiful designs, and then they're flat designs. When I say flat, no shimmer on the back. Okay, then we've got this one here. It's got our shimmer on it. Oh, they're a bit fuzzy. Oh yeah, there we go, shimmer. Oh, did you see that? Look at that. Okay, so there is 8 of those guys, and that is the back of that one. This one's pretty. No sun on this one though, but there's still shimmer on that water. And this one's got look at the back of this one for our purple lovers. Hey Cheryl, look at that. How nice is that? Looks like someone's flicked it with our new white gel pen. I love the new white gel pens. They are just fabulous, but that's another story. There's so many new goodies in there. You have to, I've linked below the new catalogue, the PDF of it. I've also linked so that you can go straight to the store and look at what's new. The newest things that fall at the top are the shimmer pens, and they are just divine. All right, so this one here has got our shiny bit down the middle there. This one here is my absolute favorite piece, and all of those waves there are shiny. Might use that one. We'll see how we go. Or this one. Actually, let's use this one. That's about this. When I see the sun coming up or going down, that's about the size of it when I see it. Not like that beautiful ball. Yeah, let's use that one there. And the back of that. Oh, I didn't show the back of the other one. Oh, where is it? That one there. All right. So quite a non-committal second side. Great for background stuff. So we'll put all of them to the side because I only need one piece. Now, you've all probably seen me do this hundreds of times, but I want to revisit it. So the dies and the stamps that come with this suite are called Sunset Coast. So we've got our sentiments and we've got our dies and we've got some really cool images. I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody does with some of these. They've got some texture in the images, which is really great. I'm loving these little guys. I really like this sentiment. Wherever this note finds you, I hope it finds you happy. What a nice thing to just receive in the mail just because. All right. The adventure continues. Happy retirement. There's happy anniversary. The adventure continues. Happy anniversary. You sort of want to put no on there. You brighten my day. Like all of these things it's just sending joy. Look at these little cutie patooties. And we've got some seashells and stuff like that. And the seashells, I'm not sure if you can see there. Let me see if I can move it a little bit closer. Can you see that they've actually got texture on them? So the shells have got texture on them as does the starfish. And of course, I'm always a sucker for a bit of net there. So I've seen some really cool things done with our fence as well, but I'm loving seagulls at the moment. Seagulls, and I'm really liking these little boats. There is a little boats to cut out there. So let's have a play. So with our stylish shapes, they're basic shapes. I haven't got brought over the right ones. Squares, circles, and flaggy bits. I've left my trimmer over on the other table. I'll just have to grab it. I am going to go with, I think this guy, because I'm going to make a feature of it. All right, what's on the back of you? Oh, nice. So I really am going to be inspired by the catalogue here. All right. And I am going to just go with that square there. And it's got the two lovely little stitches around it as both sides are stitched. All right. But look at how nicely that fits right there, or you can put it up there. But it fits quite perfectly in there, and you can have more of the sky, more of depending on what you want. So I'll just grab the trimmer from here behind me. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that we can make a feature of our designer series paper, and that's what we're doing today. So we're going to be using the designer series paper is doing the majority of the work. Okay, we're going to do a little bit, not much, but the designer series paper is going to do all the work. So I need to make my card front out of my designer series paper, which happens to be, when I'm making cards, it's 10 centimeters across and 14.4 centimeters down. So I want to land this guy relatively in the center. So I might just, actually I do, I want to get it in the center. So I need it, this is 15 centimeters. So I needed to take about 2.5 centimeters off each side, which is approximately an inch. So I'm just going to go down an inch on this side and an inch on this side. And by rights, I should be relatively close to my 10 centimeters. Let me see. Oh, nearly, just nearly. So I'm okay if it's a little bit off to the side a bit. But if you want it to be perfect, I'm currently at 10.2, so I'm going to go 10.1. Take that bit off there, and 10.1 here. Oh, look at that. I want it to be 10 on that side. So I'm going to take 0.1 off each side so that my sun that's going down there, yeah, I'm going to say that, is it going down or does it come out? It doesn't matter. And then I've got these 2 strips for something later. You could put these on the inside if you wanted to, or you can put them on the envelope. So that's going to sit quite nicely there, okay? And depending on what we do with it, will depend on which way we want to chop. Do we want to chop a bit off the top, or do we want to chop a bit off the bottom? Because at the moment, it's over 15 centimeters long. So I'm thinking that I'm going to chop some of my top off, just because I'd like my sun to be a little bit closer to the top. And as pretty as that sky is, I'm going to do some embossing down here. I've been inspired by the catalogue. Quite frequently, that's what I'll do, is I'll have a play around first using the catalogue. Depending on what I come up with the catalogue will depend on what I come up with like once I've really had to play with it. Because this is the first time I've cracked this guy out, okay? So I'll just put that down here. All right, so now I've also brought over another piece of Secret C. If you are wanting to cut a piece of your cardstock out here, of your design series paper out, and you want to frame it, then you can actually make it so that you can't see the gap, and you can use just the one piece, okay? But that's got to go through in the middle exactly where you want it, okay? Just so you know. You can then use the next size up of this so that you can then have that, so that way the it's got the stitching around it as well, but we're actually just going to cut it, okay? But first things first, we are going to cut that square out there using our cut and emboss machine. You do need the big cut and emboss machine because it's too wide. This piece of designer series paper is too wide for our little guy. All right. So for the little one. Plus, I'm currently using it to hold my stand still. Okay, so now I always put these guys in on an angle, but when I'm doing something that I definitely want it to be flat for, I'm going to use a little bit of washi tape, which is hiding somewhere on this table. Oh, maybe I'm not going to use a bit of washi tape. No, I'm not. I'm winging it. So I've got it on there straight. I'm just turning it to the side a little bit. Oh my gosh, I am so nervous. But that's right, there's 7 other sheets of paper, isn't there? And because of what we're doing, there is a little bit of wiggle room. All right. So I've just sent it through the paper through on the angle. The square was square on the paper, so let's see how we did. Oh, not bad. Not bad if I do say so myself. So this is a really good way to use our designer series paper as a feature. I'm bringing my trimmer back in. Love this trimmer. Okay, so now I've currently got a big square hole. Okay, if you wanted to, nothing's stopping you from cutting a bigger square hole and just popping this guy in the middle and sitting it up. Okay, you can also off-center it, choice is yours. But I'm going to cut a square big, just ever so bigger than this, to frame this piece, and it will sit over those cut lines. So there will be, this piece will be popped up a little bit at the front. Okay, so to do that, I will measure this guy, and that is a 6 centimeter square. Okay, so we need a 6.5 centimeter square at least. So I will start with a 6.5 centimeter square. It'll just give me a little bit of an edge around it, and we'll see what it looks like. And if I need a bigger one, I've got more cardstock here. So, all right. Now, where that pearl is, I will tell you, you will need to let your ink dry, because it will be a bit smudgy until it soaks in or dries, or the air dries it. This guy can sit on here like so, and then it can be raised up there just to make it so that it looks even further. It just gives it a little bit more depth. All right. And it's just a nice way of not using two pieces of designer series paper. It's a nice way of making it so that it, what's the word I'm looking for? It just gives it depth. The other thing that I did bring over with me, there is no ribbon with this suite, but we've got so many different options, but I really do like our twine. So I have brought that over with me just to make sure that that's just from the essentials pack. And I'm looking at this thinking I'm probably going to need a new pack soon. Okay, because I've just about used all the white. But before we start, we're going to do a little bit of embossing on here. Okay, so the sentiment that I like, now, when you get a new stamp set, there's a couple of things that we encourage you to do. One of them is conditioning the stamps. Okay, when you condition the stamps, what I'm talking about with that is you'll notice they're all beautiful and new and all shiny, and wow, they're huge. Oh, they are fabulous. I really like big stamps. So I'm just going to take this guy off. Now, I have been stamping them on a different piece and just slipping it in. But you can stamp directly into your folder there. If you're going to stamp directly into your piece of paper, into your inside, so that you know when you've got all your stamps, my suggestion is you do it now and stamp it like so. So let's do that first because I haven't done it. All right. And it gives them the opportunity to have some ink on them, because this does not need to be perfect. And it won't be perfect because, as you can see, I don't have a block. Okay, oopsie. Nobody saw that, did they? All right, does not need to be perfect. It is just a guide. Okay, so I'm just smoothing them over there, just so I know, I can tell when I've got all of my stamps here. Peel them off. And I'm just putting that, see, now they're all in there. If you use a piece of paper, you can stick it on either side, but they're all in there. They've all been inked. So they've had that shiny I'm very new stuff taken off them. Okay, so just give them a clean with your chamois so that we don't put finger marks all over everything. And I'm about to use a Versamark, so I don't necessarily want it to have blue all over it. Dark, dark, dark blue, because I'm going to use white. Wherever this note finds you, pop it onto your glass mat and then stick it on to your block. Now I'm going to go on a diagonal here because of the fact that it's so big. And there's still some blue ink on there. My lovely, not so crash hot Versamark pad does not need any extra help to look scungy and gross. See? It's a bit ick. Okay. Versamark pads will sit like that. I store mine upside down. Okay. If you've watched any of my other videos, I store the new ink pads that you can get as part of your joining kit. Okay. I store them the right way up. All right. So I've just got to hold my tongue right. I'm using the guide of the lines on my glass mat. Try not to wobble it too much. All right. Let's see how good we did that. The new ink pads that you can get as part of your joining kit, they are super duper juicy, let me just tell you. So just be aware of that. Now, everybody does their embossing differently. I store mine in these little plastic containers. This is the white. And I'll just pop it on there and make sure it's nice and thick. That is such a beautiful font, and it's huge. Okay, now I know that you guys can't hear me properly when I have the heat tool going. Okay, so you can just sing amongst yourselves, chat amongst yourselves. Yeah, I know. Oh, good. So watch the magic happen. Will it let you see? Come on, baby. Oh, starting to change. Last little bit. Looks fabulous. Now, I don't know if you can tell, I did not use the embossing buddy, and there is extra white sploppy bits of embossing everywhere, but this looks like part of the seed. So I don't have a problem with that. Okay. I could have used my white pencil to do similar sorts of things, but my white pen. All right. So wherever this note finds you, and then on the inside is going to have a beautiful sentiment, but I think we need something else. Okay, so now, whoop, I'm throwing things around here. That's not what I wanted. I want some seagulls. Where are the seagulls? And normally I would just do the seagulls in the black, but we're not doing the black today. Everything is going to be cut out of our secret seed here. Okay, so I'm just going to cut some seagulls. I am so happy to hear that. Ollie has been not well, and with him not being well, he hasn't been barking at anybody. He hasn't been greeting anybody.
But he barked at me.
But he just barked at Eilish as she walked in the door.
So you left the key in the door so I can get in.
So that's why she's come in the back door. Okay.
That's why I rang the doorbell.
Oh, I didn't hear the doorbell because we had the heat and boss tool going. We didn't hear the doorbell. Ollie didn't hear the doorbell.
I thought it was strange that Ollie didn't hear the doorbell.
Yeah. Ooh. So Eilish just has to have an opinion on this video.
Yeah, I have to have an opinion on all of you. That's so cool, though.
Yep, it's
I love
nice,
how
isn't
it matches.
Yep. Oh, look,
Is that
there's a reason why it matched? Because we stole from there.
I was going to say, is that because you
Yep.
used the space?
I did.
Because you're stingy?
Yeah. Stingy? Did you hear that? Oh my gosh.
You know it's true.
You were leaving now, weren't you? See ya.
No, no, I'm home now.
All right, do you know what? Let's get a big sailing. I was going to do the little ones, but let's use this big one. Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh, but that's going to give it, that's fine. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I just want a sailing boat. I don't necessarily want the whole arc. So, and I want some birds because I want them to be dark and I want them to be like a shadow. So let's drag this guy over here. Oh, don't want to stick it on top of that. And we'll just cut out some other shapes. We don't need the grey one today. Okay, we need this one. And I can do my birds in the middle bit because I only want the sailing boat. I was going to call it a ship, but it's definitely not a ship. My dear cousin would be furious if I called that a ship, and then when I look at the ships and I call them a boat, she gets all funny with me because her husband's a port pilot, and she has a lot to do with the shipping industry, the cruise shipping industry. Look at those seagulls. They are just gorgeous. They don't want to come off my piece of, it's stuck to this, but that's all right. Look at that. 3 seagulls. And see, because you get this spare bit of the cutout. So, you know, stick your seagulls in there. Don't lose your seagulls. And then I've got my ship. Normally it would have a nice arc and circle around it so you can cut it out and you could cut it out of the middle of your page and lots of things that you can do. But we're actually just going to steal this. We're going to steal the ship. The ship. Oh my gosh, here I go again. We're going to steal this sailing boat. Okay, what do I do with that? So when we put this together, because I haven't stuck anything down because I'm trying to work out where I'm going to put. I do want to use that ribbon. Some snips, and we're going to chop this guy up. See, because normally it just cuts it out and it leaves you with this nice shadow. I'm just going to use that as a feature there. All right. So I'm just going to cut it out because it's sitting on the water quite beautifully. This would go quite nicely with our one with the waves, although you don't really want this sort of boat too close to those waves, let me tell you. How did you end up over here? So that's going to go there. And then I've got these two seagulls as well. And they're just going to be like, so it's getting dark and the sun's going down. Yep, we've made the decision. Yeah, we're going down. The sun is going down. This is not the sun coming up. So I love to have fibre on these. Now, I only want to put it around this side. I don't want to put it all the way around. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put a little bit around here with my tear tape. I don't want it to go all the way across because I just want to tie it over there where I'm going to have that cluster that's got it's just going to be a single sailing boat, but that's okay. Okay, and I'll stick that underneath once I've figured out where I want to put it. So let's put this guy down. Oh, it's the same one as last time. I need to ditch those ones. I need to take them to the scrapbooking table and use them over there so that I can cut the tops off them and use them good and proper. My gosh, it's getting dark. Sorry about all the shadows. Oh, here comes the gooby. This end on the pointy tool is really cool. Look at that. Oh, here she comes. No, I did not just wipe that there. Yes, I did. I did wipe it on my pants. I wasn't going to wipe it on my pants, but I did in the end. It's nice to have Miss Eilish home so that she can comment on my cards. I haven't seen her for a while. Well, I saw her yesterday, but you know what I mean. I haven't seen her when I've been doing videos for a while because she's been out house sitting. All right. Okay, so hold your tongue in the right space so it goes nice and square. Okay. And yeah, I know it looks like I've got glue everywhere. Just wipe it on my pants. I wiped some on my uniform the other day, and let me tell you, that was not good because now my uniform has this funny white mark that every time I wash it, it gets this funny white mark on it. And it doesn't matter that that's there because that's going to get hidden, okay? All right. So this guy here is going to go on double dimensionals. So double dimensionals because double dimensionals. Do we want double dimensionals or do we want single dimensionals? Double dimensionals it is. So I'm putting the main piece on dimensionals and I'm putting then that'll, oh, let's see. It's too late now. I've made the decision. Ever have that problem? If you wanted to not use so many dimensionals and you wanted to make sure that this does not sag at all, you could cut up some of the back from the shimmer that comes with the shimmer vellum that comes with this has a piece of thinner than average, like thinner than our regular chipboard that goes with our designer series paper. It's a little bit thinner. You could use some of that and just cut a smaller square so that it's just slightly raised rather than being really raised. And this guy's going to go over the top here. Use a few more dimensionals on this bit or use a piece of the chipboard. If you've got the black dimensionals, they will work perfectly here. or if you're on the tail end of one of your dimensional packets. See, I don't want it to sag. If you're on the tail end of one of your dimensional packets, these edges are really good for this bit. All right. Part of me knew that Isla should like this set. Okay, these last ones didn't come off. All right, let's make sure it goes up the right way and make sure it's covering the hole that we've created. Making sure that our line is still in line. All right. So now I can put over here, just so that I've got my piece of twine over here. Should have probably done it before I stuck that down, but anyway, just stick my cut and emboss tool under there and grab it. And we're just gonna, I'm actually gonna do a great big lazy bow, because that just gives me a little bit more play. Oopsie, dreadful scissors. They're not very sharp because I've used them for paper and I've used them for ribbon, and scissors have a tendency to like to be a one or another job. Okay, so this guy here, oh, here comes another car. Let's see if Ollie barks at this one. All right. Okay, so that one's going to sit on there. I'm actually going to put it on flat, to tell you the honest truth. And I'm going to put my birds on flat as well. So did you see? Because I had it sitting off a little bit, I'm going to make sure I don't put any glue on that edge that's not going to actually be on the, where that boat has to sit. And I'm sitting it right on the edge of my frame, for want of a better way. Actually, it won't sit right on the edge of my frame because the frame is underneath, is also up on the dimensional. And then I'm going to stick my seagulls, because this one's been to visit the ship, so it's going to be the closest. And then we'll have seagull number 2 and seagull number 3, which is this tiny little squidgy one. Just got to make sure I get it in the right place. Try not to use too much glue. I think that car's Tony. No, that one's Meg. Going to get to see the whole family today, just about. Actually, no, Cedar's not coming today. And we've got this birdie. Okay, and we've got this birdie.
Oh, that's pretty.
Alice really liked it too.
Yeah.
She's in a room.
Is that she's in my room?
She's in a room. Off you go. I'll come and talk to you after.
Is that like a type of paper? Or
yep, it's beautiful paper. No, I didn't do that. It's pretty paper. And we've got some pretty gems. All right. Now, the pretty gems just, yeah, they're just pretty gems. And I like pretty gems. So there's numerous different colors here. This one here, I think I might, oh, I don't know. Look, you could almost make that, put a sun there with one of these gems, but I'm thinking that what I might do is just put some of these light blue ones or these white ones down here around my sentiment. They're sequins, but they don't have the hole in them. So and a third one. All right. So I want some up, yeah, I'll put some up there. And one up here. I really like how I've ended up with all these extra. Oh, where do I want to put you? I can't have There. Can't have just 4 on there. It needed to be 5. Sorry. Just getting a bit neurotic there. All right, just put these guys back. So I've used 3 of the pale pink colour, and I've used 2 of the balmy blues. So, but they're just pretty. Okay. Oh, let me move that on there. But we need to do our inside now. So our inside, there's lots of different sentiments that go with that one. Wherever this note finds you, I hope it finds you happy, is what we're going to use. And I'll just put this guy back because I'm going to use this same block. All right. And we've got lots of little sailing boats and all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to use some of the designer series paper, and I'm going to put that on our where's my inside gone? There it is. This designer series paper, we've cut off 2 inches of it, so we can actually extend the card just a little bit by putting this bit in here. All right, so the choice is yours whether you use the whole piece or whether you use only a part of it, or if you use either side. So I'm just going to use a big chunk of it, but I don't need my trimmer because I'm going to use my piece of white as my edge. Okay, so once I turn it over, I now have just an edge that I can trim off here. It's relatively easy to do, so you don't need to trim it with your trimmer. If you think that you're going to stuff it up, use your trimmer by all means, but you really don't need it. Okay. All right, and then we're just going to stick the sentiment in here because this designer series paper is too pretty for anything really to steal the show too much. I hope this finds you happy. I hope it finds you happy. I really like this. It's just such a nice note, isn't it? All right, turn her on a side. I'm just going to put it down here a bit because I don't want to put it, I'll put it relatively in the middle. There we go. And if you wanted to, you could stick some more seagulls on there. You could stick some, some of these tiny little sailing ships on there. You could even put some more water, but we don't need to. All right. We do need, for our envelope though, we need something for that. So that piece is going to go on the inside. So let's just grab, make sure we get them the right way up, our little sailing boats. I've just off-centered them, and I'm just going to make sure I've got the right side up. I've been doing that lately a bit too. Is stamping them in the wrong. It's like it's a race as they run along the bottom here. Okay, just some little tiny sailing boats. Okay, so that's my envelope. Just clean that up so that I don't put it all over everything. Let's stick this guy on the inside and then we'll be done. All right. It's been a nice, quick and easy one today. There's so many new things, so many pretties. If you love this suite, it is a beautiful suite. You could add it to the Stampin' Up! Join kit is $169. This suite is $160. If you get the stamp pads, which I recommend, you can get this suite and another, well, it's up to $235. So what's that? Another $75 worth of product in your kit, so you could get some more ink pads because you're going to get the new ink colors, which don't match this, but that's okay. You could get some envelopes, you could get some cardstock, you could get trimmer, lots of different things that you can add to that kit. And then any orders after that, you'll get a 20% discount. So it's always good fun to join. There is a link in the comments, in the blurb. Hope you enjoyed that. hope you enjoyed the, it's such a beautiful, cute, whatever word you want to use, sweet. It's lovely. I know that I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. I'm looking forward to using it some more. There's lots of inspiration in our catalogue for it. But yeah, and it's just really pretty paper. So, you know, make great guy cards, and we can never get enough great guy cards, can we? All right, till next week, I'm going to say toodaloo, and I will speak to you and see you all later. I needed to be fast today. I've done pretty good.